में शामिल है। तो आप सबकी जोरदार तालियों के साथ तारिक फतेह साहब, डॉक्टर सुमिता मिश्रा का इस्तकबाल, स्वागत और गुजारिश है कि इस सेशन की शुरुआत करें।
Thank you, Janine. And that places a lot of pressure on me, not on you, I know, because the kind of person you are, it just makes it more exciting, I think, for you. But certainly a little pressure on me. But I'm going to start by reading out what you have written about yourself. I'm an Indian born in Pakistan, a Punjabi born in Islam, an immigrant in Canada with a Muslim consciousness, grounded in a Marxist youth. I'm one of Salman Rushdie's many Midnight's children. We were snatched from the cradle of a great civilization and made permanent refugees, sent in search of an oasis that turned out to be a mirage. And as we welcome you to Chandigarh for the first time, Literati is in Chandigarh, and Chandigarh is also the capital of the current modern state of Punjab, and you are a Punjabi. So what are your thoughts on coming to Chandigarh, coming back to Punjab? You were born in Karachi, you lived in Lahore many years. So what does that evoke really, being here today with us?
You see, there are many Punjabs, and पंजाबी में जिसे वंड कहते हैं या बंटवारा जो था, it was only about Punjab. Neither Maharashtra nor Sindh nor UP was divided. कुछ खटकता था कुछ लोगों को ये पंजाब, क्योंकि हर जगह 80 से 90% एक कम्युनिटी होती थी. पंजाब का पता ही नहीं चलता था कि मेजॉरिटी में कौन. पंजाब में लाहौर was the capital. India's greatest king, Ranjit Singh, lived over there. His wives were Muslims, his generals were Muslims, his advisors were Hindu. And from Gangaram Hospital to, BRB Canal, jise kehte hain, people used to bicycle from Lahore to Amritsar. It would take them a day and they would come back the next day. I'm talking of मेरे नाना जी दे ज़माने दे जड़ा वो साइकिलां ते जाना शौक होता सी कि चलो अमृतसर होके आइए. So वो बंटवारा ते पंजाब दा हो गया, partition हो गया. About 1 million people died in Punjab. Nobody died in Sindh or Bombay or Kerala. So partition of India is the wrong term. It is the partition of Punjab. लेकिन वो मुक्या नहीं 47 age. As soon as you did one partition, then you came to do another partition, which was to divide the Hindus and the Sikhs. So you divided Punjab into...
Why do you think that was done?
I think the very people who played politics with identity politics of Mr. Muhammad Ali Jinnah were quite impressed with his suits. वो सूट बड़े स्टाइल के पहनता था जाहिर, but he looked very educated. Do you know this man never wrote a letter to the editor? Nothing. बेचारा वो नेहरू डिस्कवरी ऑफ इंडिया लिख रहा था और ये अपने औकाफ के केसेस सॉल्व करता था. Because औकाफ property cases, you don't have, as you know, property lawyers don't have to do much. You just register one case. So this duffer went through First World War, Second World War, didn't even know those wars took place. The Bolshevik Revolution happened. He never noticed it. He didn't know that Chiang Kai-shek was the leader of China. When Chiang Kai-shek was visiting India in the 40s, just after the war, and he met Jawaharlal Nehru, Jinnah had to ask, who the hell is this guy? उन्हें कहा जी चीन एक मुल्क है उसका ये. Oh, really? So this guy created a monster state. In fact, it's the first Islamic state, and that sowed some seeds in the Indian mind which are still there. You still see Muhammad Ali Jinnahs all over India. Some are true, some are Sayyids, some are Rizvis, some are Naqvis, but others are people who divided Punjab into Sikhi and Hindus and cut it up and then throughout Himachal So the Punjab of 47 that extended from the Indus River to the border of Delhi, which was the greatest majestic place in India, has been cut up into so many tiny pieces that Punjabis now find more at home in Canada than over here. Oh, jehde Pakistan side the Punjabi ne, they say they are not even Punjabis. It's the only people on earth who banned their own mother tongue. So that 60 to 70% of Punjab that was on the Indus side, Indus Valley, banned its own language. Have you heard Pakistani Punjabi speak Urdu? It's atrocious. It's just, no, आपके कैसे हाल हैं? हमारे यहाँ बहुत खुशकिस्मती है, खुद कफील हैं और हिंदुस्तान की बहुत ट्राई करेंगे. You know, these idiots come and you say, is he educated? Is he? What is wrong?
पंजाबी और उर्दू दोनों की टांग तोड़ रखी है.
उर्दू की तो सही ठोकते हैं, लेकिन पंजाबी की जो करते हैं उस पर मुझे इतराज है. I have no problem somebody butchering up Urdu, because Urdu is an imperialistic language that has immense genocide, and tens of thousands were killed in my lifetime in Pakistan by the elite Lucknowi Nawabs that sent the younger brothers to Pakistan to rule it, and the older brothers stayed here to run their empires, the Wajid Ali Shahs and the Raja Sahib Mahmudabad, that killed Bengalis simply because they spoke Bangla in 1953. They banned Sindhi in Sindh, imposed Urdu in Karachi, imposed Urdu in Punjab. If anybody would speak Punjabi, they would say, डंगर दी औलाद देखो, इन्हें स्कूल भेज रहे हैं, वापस आके पंजाबी बोल कर दा, इन्हें शर्म नहीं आती, इन्हें कॉन्वेंट स्कूल भेजे, पंजाबी बोल रहे हैं, सब के सामने मुंह काला करता साड़ा.
So what you're actually touching upon is something very grave, that the Indian romanticism of Urdu is a mistake, and that Urdu has itself been a language of communalism.
Of course it is.
Is this part of?
Of course it is. That is why you meet any elderly Sikh and he will very proudly take you into a corner and say, "Mainu Urdu likhni aandi hai." Main Sialkot da. What the hell is that? If you were telling me I knew Sanskrit, then I would say the guy makes sense. And he's people who are proud that they use a script that the invader imposed on them.
But we are told that Urdu is a syncretic language which was born in this subcontinent. And what you're saying is completely...
No, it is Bhojpuri, it is Khadi Boli, it is the language of the plains of the Himalayas extending down to the Ganges. It's originally a language of India, plagiarized by the invading Turks and Persians, who said that we dare not write in this unholy script of Devanagari. So we will make it holy by writing it in the language of the imperialists. And now the victims of that imperialism are saying, I am so elevated, I write in the language of my conqueror.
Well, now that you've mentioned some of the so-called elevated Muslim intellectuals or Muslim intelligentsia, one of the books I read recently by one such said that India and Indian Muslims, it's a book on Indian Muslims called Being the Other, said that Indian Muslims actually went from British Raj to Hindu Raj.
But why not?
So what?
If I go to the United States of America, what am I going to start Pakistani Raj over there?
Do you think
No,
that's a correct formulation?
No, that's a blatant lie. It is the gun that these imperialist-minded intellectuals have put to the head of India and said that if you don't give us respect, we will it's a blackmailing power. Unfortunately, from the time of Porus, Indians have surrendered to any, and the only people who stood up to these invading hordes and who punched the face of the invaders and took it right down to Kabul and conquered it was Ranjit Singh, could be Ranjit Khan, not bad, is not even there in your, it should be there in even Tamil Nadu's discourse.
Then why is it not there? Why do you think it is the reason?
Because I think there's a prejudice against Sikhs who have been depicted as largely jovial people who are unthinking, who can just dance on one leg, wear a lacha, do the bhangra, make a film in Vancouver, migrate to England and then join Babbar Khalsa. So it's nonsense. These Sikhs were the front guard of the Hindus and the only people who put the invaders in their place. I mean, Shivaji didn't go to Kabul. The only Indian king who said, I'm going to come and kick your ass so bad that you won't ever dare think. And that's what happened. Woo! Once Ranjit Singh went and Kabul became a Sikh city. Till today, Sardars are living over there. They speak Pashto, they speak Punjabi. Then you made Pakistan. And your Urdu intellectuals of Delhi said, Bacha Khan ko Urdu theek nahi aati, Hindustan mein kaise rahega? So you betrayed Bacha Khan. Why? Because Maulana Azad thought that non-Urdu speaking Muslims are uncultural Muslims. So you betrayed Balochistan, you betrayed an elected Congress government. In the end, WFP was told, go join Pakistan.
Yes.
And an elected government in Sindh with just one vote, they joined Pakistan. Maulana Azad and his cronies were so happy. Ek aur uncultured Musliman gaye Sindhi. There was no respect for the Sindhi culture. Sindhi is a language in which there are more nouns for birds. There are more alphabets in the Sindhi language than any language that has come out of Arabic. And Indians were so happy. National anthem mein to hai na Sindh. But to theek hai, Bombay mein ek chota sa bana lenge. They abandoned Sindh. They abandoned Lahore, they abandoned Rawalpindi, they abandoned Multan, they abandoned everything so that the Muslims of UP would be happy by running Pakistan as well as India. That's what they did from 1947 to 1958 or 57.
But somebody like Maulana Azad is one of the icons of modern India.
He's not
our
my
first,
icon.
Education minister.
It may be, I can see the education. I can see the education that makes Babur a ruler of India. Can you imagine Hitler being a ruler of Poland? That people in Poland would be taught, one of our great leaders during the 1940s was Hitler. Therefore, this will be Hitler town. Only a disgraced people allow Lodi Street, Babur Street. What shameless! And I'll tell you another thing. The only Raja who fought the invader in the 8th century was Raja Dahir.
Who is that?
Now I'm telling you what Maulana Azad did not teach you. Raja Dahir invaded Sindh. Why? Prophet Muhammad's family had sought refuge under a Hindu king in Sindh. And the SOBs of the Umayyad dynasty who came to invade under a prince who was like, at that time he was a pappu, 17-year-old, who came on a horseback with 50,000 troops, took 20,000 Hindu girls, sold them in Baghdad and Damascus. That guy, his books are being sold in Delhi. Muhammad bin Qasim. You have Maulana Qasmi. Don't you have heard the name? Abul Hassan Falana Qasmi. There are people who are still holding a name of a man who invaded India and raped your daughters. And you don't feel angry. You're angry at demonetization. Your priorities are screwed up. तो लाइन ही नहीं लग सकते हो तो पाकिस्तान में क्यों लोगों को मेरा बड़ी दर्द है बड़ा पसीना आ गया तो मोदी जी ने बिका था और मोदी जी को छोड़ो पूरा पाकिस्तान डुबोता हमने एक हटके the printing presses that printed Indian money were not sending money to India. They were going to Dubai from where it was being turned into pounds sterling, euros and dollars, which were then going to Chechnya, Russia, Islamic State. वो मोदी ने की कर दिया तो उन्हें पता ही नहीं है वो कहते राजा दाहिर का ना कि इतने डिमोनेटाइजेशन किया वो कास्ट्रो नोट बटान गया वो मर गया लाइन if any TV reported that you believe it oh यार फिडेल कास्ट्रो ने मार दिया मोदी ने come on stand up in line and join the world.
Okay, so are you a Modi bhakt?
No, I'm not. I'm a CPM guy.
That's what you say.
Well, I don't like the CPM guys now. I'm a Namudripad Dangis communist. For me, alleviation of poverty and the elimination of Pakistan is top priority. Anybody who helps me, alhamdulillah. If for Roosevelt and Churchill, Stalin was okay, then the RSS, BJP are okay for me. Because my enemies are Islamism, Pakistan and the Urdu language. And the people who buy 15-year-old Indian girls in auctions of Hyderabad, and the Indians who say that हमारी थोड़ी है तो मुसलमानों की ले गया. Have you ever seen a protest outside the Saudi embassy? You don't. You've been convinced कि मुस्लिम दी कुड़ी ले आया सानू की. साड़ी ले आके जाना फिर देखना सी जाटा. My goodness, you're not Indians. You cut up into tiny little pieces by Muhammad Ali Jinnah and you keep partitioning it up. Dalit seat, Falana Commission, which was it Prime Minister who Mandal Commission वाला कौन था? Gulab VP Singh. Wonder. एक पार्टीशन ने बत्ती पटिशन करके चला गया. वो कहता पेंटर बड़ा अच्छा सी. अब भाई तू पेंटिंग कर रहा, सानू को मरवा दे. You divided India into so many cut pieces. There's a whole market now of political parties that are not national. One idiot is in Calcutta, the other is in अच्छा खासा मद्रास नाम था उसका क्या कर दिया अब चेन्नई और बॉम्बे ठीक ठाक था वो मुंबई. Like your priorities are so off. Why not? Bombay was a city of the world. नहीं इसको घटाना जरूरी है. इन्हों है ना फिटे मुँह करो कि ऐसे दाऊद इब्राहिम रहे. उन्हें अल्लाह जी मुंबई की तरह दाऊद इब्राहिम डालो. I mean, anyway, sorry, but let's change Bollywood to Mollywood. Then I'll play. पैसे जितने थे वो कहते नहीं Bollywood. ते जितने शिवसेना रो डर लगता है वो जितने Mumbai.
You have often talked about the difference between being a Muslim and being an Islamist.
Absolutely.
What does that mean?
देखो जी, let me put it this way, and I hope there are a few Muslims over here, though I doubt it. है तो बड़े बहादुर हो, नहीं है तो I understand. देखो जी, the first Muslims became Muslims before the Quran was revealed. I'm looking for affirmation from knowledgeable. अच्छा, पीछे गाना भी बज गया कोई. The first Muslims who became Muslims before the Quran was revealed. Hence the question, what is a Muslim? Because what I am required to be a Muslim is एक अहंकार के अंदर ना सिख. One God and bowing to no one but Him. Elsewhere, neither you know the fasting nor the praying. उसमें भी मैं आता हूँ. All these guys, the early caliphs who converted to Islam under Muhammad's time, these institutions were not there. The Hajj was exactly like a Pheras. They were done 7 clockwise. It had its own stone. Instead of the lingam, it was the yoni, and people kissed it. The only thing that happened is that they reversed the Pheras. And they said, ulte jao. Now, I believe this was done later. But imagine, from the subatomic particle to the entire galaxy moves in a clockwise motion. It's so unfortunate that Muslims are the only people who have to do it counterclockwise, and they say कि ऐसी progress नहीं कर रहे. और तुझे गड्डी पुटी reverse gear चलाई है. You can't understand this. So to be a Muslim are 5 things. You believe that you will not dip your head in front of anyone but Ishwar. Okay. Number 2, if you got wealth, 2.5% wealth, not income. Wealth tax, 2.5% per year transferred. Number 3, time to pray. It does not even say how and when or what, because my understanding is that our bowing heads to the sun originates into sun worship, because we pray before the sun comes out, we pray when it is setting, we pray when it is just over our head, and then we pray कि यार कल भी आ जाना वरना मुक ना जाए ऐसे सारी जिंदगी. So we pray according to ancient pagan cultures, right? Number 4 is fasting in the month of Ramadan. Oh, sorry, not Ramadan, Ramzan. You see, even I have been polluted by the Arabs. अच्छा खासा लोगों का नाम होता था रमजान, सिंगर्स होते थे, महीने का नाम था. अब आप किसी मुसलमान को जाएं, रमजान के रोजे रखे हैं मैंने, रोजे भी नहीं करते हैं, पता नहीं कुछ और वर्ड यूज करते हैं. खुदा हाफिज has disappeared, now you meet a Muslim, Allah Hafiz. So we are being destroyed bit by bit, and the final thing a Muslim has to do, which he's not supposed to do unless he has money, is Hajj. Imagine every Indian Muslim goes to Hajj on a Hindu's tax money, which is prohibited in Islam. But the mullah will never raise this issue. A Hajj can only be performed if from money earned by yourself. If you get subsidy, if he's listening, and perhaps he's on a leave of absence somewhere, but when he comes around, he's going to ask these guys, you did what? You did Hajj on somebody else's money? So, in none of these 5 things do I require a Pakistan. Right? I could do charity or tax, anyone. I can sit here and pray, or I could make a mess in an aircraft and do the wazoo and destroy the plane and clog the toilets like the PIA plane that just landed in Birmingham. There are multiple ways of doing it. So I call this Mullah Islam versus Allah Islam. Mullah Islam is what you have over here, bearded guys on tiny bit motorcycles with air searching them. But people who are generally ugly, who say that, well, you're too good looking, you can't be a Muslim. Isn't it? So they don't say Amir Khan is a Muslim, or Salman Khan is a Muslim, or, they have bad words for, what's her name, the amazing actress Shabana Azmi. They're not Muslim. You've got to be particularly ugly, abrasive, bad-mannered, and angry. That's Mullah Islam. Allah's Islam is, you're happy, you're content, you sing, you dance. And by the way, this Sufi thing is highly overrated. It's BS multiplied by BS.
Do you think Sufism is like a fad which Indians love to project that they're so Sufi, etc., etc.?
It's an absolute lie. When people come around and say, I'm so Sufi, then nonsense. Either guy doesn't even know how to spell it. Sufi is from that cloth that these people used to wear क्योंकि सर्दी पहनी थी, ते कंबल ओढ़ लिया. वो सूफ, वो कपड़ा होता है. Okay, ना सूफी हो गए. Anyone with a cloak over him is going to look holy. वो ठटर रहा सभी. Okay, ना वो जादूगर हो, की कर दो पे. So Indians have been fooled into saying, Islam came to India by the Sufi saints. Absolute nonsense. It came with an Arab army.
That's a very popular formulation, that the spread of Islam in India was not so much due to the power of the sword, but to the syncretic Sufi traditions.
I like you to believe it.
Now you have a different viewpoint. So,
देखिए मैडम, एक कुरान की edict है, बड़ी classic है. It's an absolute, the foundation of the entire Islamic thought is, it says you speak the truth, even if that truth hurts you or your family. When did you ever see someone speak the truth in my community? Islam came to India during Prophet Muhammad's time, where a Hindu king in Kerala, who traded with Oman and Yemen, gave land to Arab Muslim sailors of Yemen to build a mosque, which is still there, in the year 629. What is incredible is that not a single Muslim leader of the last 1,000 years has visited that place. Why? People in Kerala are generally short and dark. And people who come from the northwest are tall and white. So Bengali Muslims, Kerala Muslims, Malayali Muslims, Tamil Muslims, this is riffraff that Mr. Azad didn't want. He wanted Ashrafia Muslims, like the gentleman whose book he has written. So now you know that the Muslim is someone who has to be depoliticized. The Islamist is a person who says, I think I can make good use of this to get political power. Even Taimur was a better Muslim than some of the mullahs that we have over here. Because he said, I have a dream. No, not Martin Luther dream. He had a dream, but seriously, Taimur writes in his Tuzke Taimuri, I had a dream that God came to me and told me, You got to take yourself army and get a few kafirs, you know. You got to kill some non-Muslims. So he gets his council around and say, so what do we do? His counselors say there are two kafirs. So where are they? One is China and one is the Hindustan. China is easy, we could go there. He said, China mein kuch hai nahi. Udhar jo hai na, bada sona. So Taimur takes advice of his counselors and invades India. And by the way, pretty smart. This other guy says, जा तो सकते हैं आप हिंदुस्तान, लेकिन उधर बीच में 5-6 दरिया खत्म ही नहीं होते. एक को टप्पा मारो दूसरा आ जाता है. इंडस को किया, सतलज को किया, चिनाब को किया, रावी को किया. और जब ब्यास आते आते फौजें थक के मर जाती हैं. What he did, he came all the way down to Multan, where there was a Muslim kingdom, butchered the entire city, then went up and built pyramids of Hindu skulls. And still you have people who are named Taimur in my community. So, that guy was neither an Islamist nor a Muslim. He was a good-natured invader and a barbaric man from Central Asia. So we need to understand, Mahmud Ghaznavi was an Islamist because for him, expansion and destruction, Butchikan jise kehte hain, destruction of Hindu places of worship was a demand, was a prerequisite to be a good Muslim, as is the case with a large number of Jamaat-e-Islami, Muslim Brotherhood, Jamiat Ulama. This crap believes that Hindu temples need to be destroyed, do what's called Ghazwa Hind, which we can answer later on.
You talked about the rise of radical Islam, and you also linked it to the rise of a Salafi school of thought within Islam. Although Islam has had rich traditions of ijtihad and rational interpretations of the Quran. So why has that withered? Where is the Muslim moderate voice? Whether it's the internet or everywhere, we hear on the one hand the Salafi school dominating, and then we have the whole thing of Islamophobia, which is perhaps a result of that as well.
You see, the Muslim Enlightenment period is based on people who turn atheist. So what does an atheist do? He says, Anal Haq, this is Mansur Halaj, goes to Baghdad, tells the Caliph, I am the truth. And, okay, so his head is chopped off, his shoulders are chopped off, he dies, and the myth is that as his head rolled down the bridge into the Tigris, it kept saying, Anal Haq, Anal Haq. So Halaj and Anal Haq, if you see Twitter names, it's a code word of a Muslim trying to say, I'm an atheist, but don't tell anyone. You see, lest I be chopped off myself. So the Muslim revivalism of the turn of the last millennium, around 900 to 2000, was the Mutazilite movement, which basically said that the Quran was not revealed, it was written, which in a way makes sense. And their opponents were the people who are still today in command. So what is wrong and what happened is what went wrong with the Communist Party in the USSR as well. Because once the Mutazilites and the rationalists got power in the Abbasid, they started picking out the mullahs and Islamists the way Ataturk did, and annihilated an entire generation of people who were Orthodox Muslims. There has been no revivalist movement in Islam. Number two, I'll give you a 5-minute, if you permit me, of what is the history of Islamic law. Prophet Muhammad dies. It is the month of June, or I think it's May, in Medina. That's a terrible time of the year in heat. For 18 hours, people are pulling each other's beards and claiming to be the rightful successor. Now, Shias would say that that is the schism. That's not the schism. Nothing happened. It was a fight between the majority converts of Medina and the minority Qurayshi tribe of Mecca, by the way, which most of them are found in Delhi nowadays, quite falsely, because the meat market in Jeddah was never that, in Mecca was never that good. We didn't have cattle. over there. Having said that, the fighting that took place after Prophet Muhammad's death enacted a law that said, unless you are an Arab from the clan of Quraysh and the sub-clan of the Hashemite, you cannot be a ruler of an Islamic, head of an Islamic community. The latest example of that is that in Iran, an Iranian cannot be the supreme leader. The Khomeini, Ayatollah Khomeini and Khamenei both have to be Arabs. How do you tell an Arab from a non-Arab? By the black topi or whatever you wear, or the black cloak. That tells you that this guy is of Arab origin. So imagine that Iran has a constitutional clause that says if you're an Iranian, of Iranian ancestry, you cannot be head of state. For 800 years, the only people who could be caliph were people who said they were Sayyids or Qurayshis or Hashmis, if you learned the word. That is why Indian Muslims cling on to the word Sayyid, which is because with that they can tell converts like me, you inferior, me superior. That's how it works. So, where were we? Yes, so, the first four guys who succeeded the Prophet all had different titles. The first gentleman, Abu Bakr, Khalifa Abu Bakr, lasted 2 years, died. Number 2 was murdered by an Iranian Muslim. Number 3, Usman was murdered by Egyptian Muslims. Number 4, Ali was murdered while he was doing his Friday prayers with extremists who are now considered linked to Al-Qaeda. So the first 3 of what we consider the greatest of our gurus, like your 10 gurus in Sikhism are 4 Khalifa Rashidin, 3 of them were murdered by fellow Muslims. After the death of Ali and the death of his family, who were almost saved by a Hindu family and warriors who came from Punjab, they are Dats, they were called Hussaini Brahmins, because they were married into a sister of the Iranian king, whose other sister was married to Imam Hussain. So this link was there. They were butchered in Iraq, in Karbala, and the people who succeeded were the enemies of Muhammad. Even the pagans that fought Muhammad took over Islam, which is called the Umayyad dynasty. The first 100 years, these are the guys who write Islamic law, which is called Sharia. Not law, but Sharia as what guides Islam. Now imagine, these guys are the caliphs who were from the enemies of Muhammad. They write the Islamic law, how to pray, how to get up, Eid fight, everything is there. The next, when they get clobbered, all 3,000 of them get their arms and legs chopped off, not their heads, in Damascus. And the Abbasides come and have their dinner over the bleeding bodies of these people claiming religion of peace. They sit down over there, these people die. They then ask this question, well, you've written the law, where's the citation? You know, like you do in your PhD thing, where are the citations? So what do? Let's create the citation. Then comes the hadith, which is then entered at the bottom of the Sharia, that this law is based on a hadith that is written afterwards. Now you got the hadith and the Sharia, 200 years have gone by. Then the new people arise, some like the Mutazilites, rationalists, who says, well, how do we know this is correct? He says, I'll tell you. One guy, Abu Isham, says, I've got the autobiography of the Prophet, biography of the Prophet, Surat al-Nabi Sallam kehte. He says, who? Oh, I don't have the original copy, but I've memorized it. So 250 years later, they have the ultimate book on Islam, which is the 1600-page biography of Prophet Muhammad, which, by the way, is the main source of all our guidance. And that biography validates the hadith, which validates the law. everything came in reverse order. None of these laws are sacrosanct or are Quranic, whether it is the burqa, whether it is the bakra that they murder, because Qurbani is only for Hajis. Remember that next time someone says, I'd bakri Qurban. And the Prophet said, do not eat the meat of the cow. No Muslim community eats cow meat, except UPCP, where the Muslims were in a minority, and slaughtering a cow meant thumbing your nose at people. Hum Raja hain, kuch bhi kar sakte. And therefore, you have no one eating cows in Punjab, Sindh, Afghanistan, Turkey, Indonesia, Arabia, where there were no cows. And Muhammad said, this is an animal created by God to give you milk. Don't eat its meat. That too could be questionable because it also comes from the hadith, which then comes from the biography. So Muslim intellectuals or people of thought are averse to any dialogue or discussion. Their answer is, I'll chop your head off. So people like Salman Rushdie or others run away. I and a few others don't, because I think we've had enough. At 67, even if they chop my head off, Punjabi kehne syapa mukka, khatam ho. So that is why the Muslim community of India, which is the only community that can speak the truth, lives in a democracy, perhaps in Israel as well. Nowhere else can a Muslim speak the truth. This is where the fight has to be fought against Mullah's Islam and uphold Allah's Islam with the help of the same people who gave refuge to the Prophet's family in Sindh and built the first mosque in Karel.
But what we are seeing, I think, is something quite the opposite, because with the spread of the internet, where radical Islam is the one that is easily available. So there is a real danger of the Indian Muslim, who has so far been considered a moderate Muslim.
No, he's not.
Being radicalized and going off to,
Well, he has always been radical.
You don't.
I think anyone who slaughters a cow is a radical. Anyone who slaughters a goat first feeds him for a month, asks a child to play with that goat, and then brings that child and says, "Beta, iski gardan kato. Mubarak ho, gardan kati." That guy is not. That's not a way to bring up children. That's not a moderate way of people. Even if there was a slaughter, I won't bring my child there. My father never let us go near where blood was shed. He was a Muslim. My nana never let it happen. Today, they bring little kids to put the knife on a goat, and you call that Indian Muslims are very moderate? Who said that? They want Muslim personal law and they're moderate. They're marrying child brides, they're moderate. They're having polygamy, they're moderate. कितों दे moderate हो गए? एक बीवी काफी नहीं, पांच लेके आ रहे हो तुसी? Rotation ना है, बच्चियों की शादी करान दो. And how do you? By the way, all of India advertises their daughters on pages. It's a horrendous crime against women to advertise your daughter for sale. My goodness, what century are we living in? Let your daughters fall in love. Let them run away. Let them fly like sparrows from a nest. ताकि feel the freedom. हमें पीछे भागे कुड़ियाँ के लड़का जोड़ा वो घूम रहा है. दादी तेरी गर्लफ्रेंड ने लो मेरा पुत्र देखो टेक्सास यूनिवर्सिटी de दो गोलियाँ एक नाल. Can you imagine this? What nonsense we are living in?
The sheer hypocrisy and double standards, where how we deal with our sons and how we deal with our daughters is something that never ceases to amaze me in this country.
But it will change. I'll tell you why. This is the only country where Muslim girls are on scooters. The very act of a young woman sitting on a scooty, and it is empowerment. It tells the dad and the stinking little brother who's watching over his sister, F you! I'm on a date, you can't do shit about it.
So, but then why is that same educated Muslim girl or Muslim community or family opposing the triple talaq being stopped in India?
Because they have no identity. They-
too much of identity.
No, it's false identity, na? They all know they are Hindus and they all want to hide that.
Hindus?
हिंदुस्तान में क्या जर्मन रहते हैं?
हिंदू किस तरह हुए?
हिंदू हिंदुस्तान में जो हिंदू रहता है वो हिंदू हुआ ना?
That's just a nomenclature. That's
No,
just a
no,
nomenclature
no.
that you are bringing up.
No, I am bringing up. So why can't I bring it? There's Sanatan Dharam. You can be Christian Hindu, you can be Muslim Hindu, Sikh Hindu, you can be any Hindu. Tata's a
But
Hindu.
isn't that the RSS line?
So what?
Isn't that just the RSS
So
line?
what? So what? If I as a Marxist think that people are indigenous to a place and they can't hold on to their badi lambi uchi family thi kudi hai, what does that mean? Bloody, can you imagine Europe mein hoga, I come from Dundee and great carpenters were born from Dundee. The guy is an architect, he's an architect. Who cares who his family is? So this notion that we are Hindustanis, but our loyalty is first to Islam. Well, take a truck, dump yourself in the Bay of Bengal, swim up to Chittagong or Karachi or Gwadar, or go and fight your battles in Baghdad. Clean this place out. I've had it enough with people invading India and then sitting around there, kaisa banaya?
You know, we have a lot of ground to cover. I'm going to come back to India and the question of Indian Muslims. But right now, I want to ask you something entirely different. You have been in the recent U.S. presidential election very vocal about your support for Donald Trump. First Bernie Sanders, then
Yes,
Donald Trump.
yes.
So the question I want to ask, and maybe a lot of people might want to be, why?
Well, Donald Trump is a Democrat. He's not a Republican.
And you're not uncomfortable with some of his statements about building walls and
Absolutely.
blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you've seen what happens when there are no walls. You want Qutbuddin Aibak to come here? Which one of these guys are you saying? ये दीवार नहीं बनाना बेचारे आ नहीं सकते ना इतना मुश्किल होता है अब्दाली आएगा उसे तकलीफ होगी लाहौर जलाने में बनाओ वॉल चीनों ने नहीं बनाई वॉल ऑफ चाइना पैसे दे के लोग देखने जा रहे हैं
How do you defend? You are so supportive of women's rights.
Yes.
How do you defend somebody like Donald Trump?
Because every man does that what he did. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. But it takes time to change. ये औरतों को rights अभी मिले हैं. वो भी suffragette movement के बाद. वरना आप तो धोते रहते कपड़े और 3-4 बीवियां होती हैं 5 concubine होती हैं वो कौन गया था वाजिद अली शाह 250 बीवियों के साथ गया था वही चलता रहता है अरे माशाल्लाह वाजिद अली शाह के रेटिन्यू के अंदर 250 बीवियां थी और 450 concubine थी what sir this is like the 18th century ये खत्म हो गया
Isn't Donald Trump a part of that 18th century mindset?
तो मैं क्या करूं मैंने थोड़ी बनाया उसे मैं तो कनेडियन हूं मैं कह रहा हूं दुनिया के लिए जाहिल इस्लामिस्ट को लड़ने के लिए वो आदमी है स्टालिन को अच्छा आदमी था हम नहीं लड़े मरे नेता क्या हीरो तो ठीक था जो नेताजी लड़े उसकी फौज में
But why were you against Hillary?
she's corrupt
How?
she's bogus she's a fraud she's illegitimate उसने सारी जिंदगी अपने खसम के नहीं हम बच्चियों को पीछे बिठा देते कमर पे चलो बेटा सैर करने चले एक कमी ना पीछे piggyback no she not just piggybacked husband she was a pimp for a husband she was providing women to a husband shame on her ऐसी औरत ये कहे कि मैं प्रेसिडेंट बनना चाहती हूँ who's defending a husband against Levinsky शर्म से मर जाना चाहिए तलाक क्यों नहीं दे दी उसने इतनी बड़ी फेमिनिस्ट थी निकला व्हाइट हाउस तक और निकल जाती नो पैसा आंदा है तो मेरी लाइफ सेट होएगी फिर कहेंगे कि एक प्रेसिडेंसी थे फिर लेगेसी होएगी फिर चेल्सी कमाएगी फिर की होएगा फिर तो फसल कमाएगा हाय मैं मर जाऊंगा these people are crooked they are run by the Saudi government this idiot came Obama and his muscular wife came and lectured India about tolerance and then took the biceps over there to Saudi Arabia to kiss the ass of a Saudi king.
Yes, that video has been on YouTube.
Yes, and not only that, they didn't go to Taj Mahal because what did he tell his wife? Honey, that's a 17th century king. Why don't we go and see a live 17th century king? So instead of Shah Jahan, they went to Saudi Arabia. So they saw king walking alive in the 17th century, wearing a frock. Strange. Who can do anything in a top? Even Zakir Naik can't do anything. You know, these guys are wearing a frock and playing football and then holding that key on that dand vich phad ke nasse ja raha banda thalle pajama. What sort of people? These are not people, they are slaves. Do you know King Faisal as a kid had a slave who would be beaten up when King Faisal would do some naughty stuff? And in up to 1962 they were buying white women for $5,000 and black women for $1,500 in Yemen's markets. Hillary Clinton, the piece of crap, and 92% of Indian Americans voted for her. Indian Americans, and in fact most Indians, would do anything for an MBA, CEO, money, richness, good job, package, for and abandon the country. What you need is a revival of the Kshatriya spirit. You should stand up and say, "Main mar jawanga, Hindustan ke haath na pao." Now you have got people saying, H1 visa. You sold for H1 visa. Pakistan, the Assistant Secretary of State, no khareedda $1 million. Oh, ki na si Clinton, the Assistant Secretary of State.
Homa.
No, that's the Chief of Staff, the Assistant Secretary of State. Robin sold for $1 million. And nilami ho rahi the. And Indian ki kehta, I'm not Nimrata Randhawa, I'm Nikki Haley. To comedy? Kitho aayi tu? Then she lied to me in car. She said, "This is Nikki. Kyun main not choti Nikki? Come on, don't bullshit to us. We are also Punjabis." Koi na rakhda kisi se Nikki Haley. Now she's headed. I mean, it's traumatic. She changed her religion, changed her name. और दूसरा देखो बॉबी जिंदल he converted to wrong Christianity. वो पहले डफर जाके इवेंजलिकल हो गया, फिर उन्हें कहा हुन की करा, बोले सर इधर तो कैथलिक रहने ने, तुझे गलत हो गए, उन्हें कहते 2 साल बाद कैथलिक भी हो जाना सी, कैथलिक हो गया, उन्हें पता ही नहीं बॉबी फिल्म में लड़की का नाम सी बॉबी, वो बॉबी हो गया, You look at the Pakistanis there, they're inside the White House. Chief of Staff of Hillary Clinton was Umar Abedin, Muslim Brotherhood activist, 18 years education in Saudi Arabia. Not one damn Indian journalist had the guts to go to her and say, "What did you study in Saudi Arabia, honey?" Other than entrapping and enslaving a successful congressman, ruining him permanently, driving him out of the market. Yeah, pimps for the husbands. I mean, what sort of people vote for such women?
Okay, do you think Donald Trump's America is going to be friendlier to India or better for India?
I don't think he understands.
They're going to finally divorce the Pakistan marriage?
No, he's going to kick ass in Pakistan. And I don't give a damn whether he's pro-India or not. Once you eliminate Pakistan, India will once again have a chance to become what India deserves to be as the ultimate human civilization on earth. Without that, you have no chance. जब तक पाकिस्तान है तो तुम पिंच करता रहेगा, तुम खून चूसता रहेगा, तुसी कहोगे टमाटर सस्ते दे दो सर जी, तुम बस ले जाओ ननकाने. What sort of Sikhs go to Pakistan for Nankana? They took your city and you don't want to take it back? And he said, bus chala do. If I was Sikh, I would never go to that dirty place. Babbar Khalsa chalaya unhone, Vancouver to. They're destroying India. Destroyed Punjab.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions coming from that.
Marna nahi mainu.
India's policy currently has been diplomatic restraint while at the same time letting the army flex its muscles, whether it's surgical strikes or what have you. Do you agree with that? Firstly. Secondly, Pakistan is a reality. So while it sounds
it's not a reality. No, it's not a reality. It ended in 1971.
We cannot wish it away.
I wished it away. It disappeared.
So
no.
What would you have India do?
तभी तो पूछ रही हूँ. अरे बता रहा हूँ ना.
What would you have India do?
Okay. पाकिस्तान का नाम बदल गया और नाम बांग्लादेश हो गया. 97. अगर खबर नहीं आई है तो मैं अभी बता देता हूँ आपको. 60% of Pakistan said, "F you Pakistan." The first time in human history that a majority said, "और तंग आ गए सानू माफ कर दो." Oh, don't divorce the पैसे भी ना देना कोई, सपोर्ट भी ना देना, असी जा रहे हैं, तुसी सानू जैन दो. That is Bangladesh 71. Pakistan disappeared. All your treaties with Pakistan died with it. ਇਹ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬਾਬੂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਹੋਇਆ ਕੀ ਹੈ. You should write off the Indus Water Treaty by saying it was with Bangladesh. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆ ਗਏ ਹੋ? Bangladesh Dhaka capital था ना पाकिस्तान का. It's gone. Now Indus Water Treaty doesn't stay. So, what India should do should be what Sun Tzu said in The Art of War. Use the enemy's weapons, which means you shut off the hookah pani. Shut it. You shut off the rivers, send your extra water to the valley, and tell the Kashmiri young men who want so eager to die, it's amazing, that sir ji साढ़े को bullets खत्म हो गए तो पाकिस्तान की bullets चलिए तुसी उधर जाके मरो सानू जान छोड़ो क्योंकि your water is being demanded by the Pakistanis. इन्हों नु लड़ो. But I think India is run by bureaucrats. I'm sorry, but it is.
We'll take that in the right spirit.
No. वो ਜਿਹੜੀ file system है of side notes, Niraj Chaudhary has also written about that. They become your Bible. Everyone who wants to do something goes back to another file. And everybody has been, what's the polite way of saying, anyway, no, jaan diyo. Oh, they become eunuchs. India, Pakistan can do anything. Can you imagine Pakistan attack Mumbai? And at the Delhi Islamic Center, a book was launched saying that this is an RSS attack.
Yes.
And DGB, ki naam hai? DGB Singh koi banda? Yeah, he said, oh, I know. 9/11 youth, yani kita. 26/11 RSS ne kita. And these guys are still walking around. So you got attacked by Pakistan. What did you do? You went to Pakistan. So तुसी मारे थप्पड़ मारे बंदा भेज दो मेरी मौत हुई है तेनू. They killed your people and you went to them. If somebody robs my house, do I go to him or the cops?
So do you think the current strategy of strong army response is a better one?
I think the army needs to be in reserve. I think water should be shut down. And Afghanistan should be given multi-billion-dollar aid to build a dam on the Kabul River. Because it is the Kabul River that feeds the Indus. और आप ये उड़ा दे कि ये हिंदू पानी है, ये नापाक है. दूजा कोई ये अनंतनगर की जानते नहीं ना सारे अमरनाथ. They all go there. बोलो अच्छे जाके ना number 1, number 2 करके आंदे ने पलीते पानी. And it is done to make Pakistani Muslims drink the pee of the Hindu. That water will now become contaminated. You fight ideological battles with these bastards. You don't waste bullets on them. You don't have to die. Let the buggers come in, trap them and wipe them out. In 1965, you might not know, but while the Indian Army had gone to Lahore, your Joint Secretary of Defense issued a memo asking the Indian Navy to stand down. How many Indians know this? Your Air Force was not quartered and a squadron of hunters was destroyed on the airfields in Adamnagar or Adampur, yes.
The army was told not to advance.
No, they got there, but they were asked
To withdraw. That was a decision taken
That
at the
was
highest
decision
level.
highest level because your Air Force couldn't support the troops. There was no coordination.
Yes.
You don't need to destroy your jets or your bullets or your soldiers. You need to get the Pagas in and tell the Pandits to join a regiment. I'm tired of Pandits saying we've been expelled. To banana apni regiment, lado na Pakistani de naal. There's no Pandit regiment. There is no middle class Indian whose son is a soldier. In 70 years, Indians have not produced a single Havaldar whose dad is in the civil service. Not one. To see Hindustan की predicament, everybody is going after package, retirement किधर होगा? अभी IAS में घुसे नहीं हो, पहले ढूंढ रहे हो कि honey Darjeeling would be a nice place to end up. You need to get about 50% of these decision makers set up their own companies and provide private sector services to the government. So that the gentleman who was saying कि हरियाणा के civil servant उर्दू की शायरी बड़ी करते हैं. Actually, everybody knew the answer, but everyone was so polite. I've been to Delhi University, I can't say anything.
issues more.
Okay.
We are going to have a Q&A after this, so everyone you can start prepping those questions.
Ji.
The migrants crisis in Europe.
Yes.
Now, from what I gather, there are two major strands of thought regarding them. One is that Christian Europe, Christian guilt should respond with openness and charity and compassion and open doors, a la Angela Merkel and company. The other strand, also very much in Europe, is that this is a covert invasion. It's a conspiracy, supported by West Asian countries. So the migrants crisis is something which has been created so as to push waves and change the demography and culture of Europe. So you have a lot of.
The second one is true, but there has to be an answer. All these refugees should be settled in Saudi Arabia. All of them.
It is interesting that the only help Saudi Arabia has offered is to build mosques in Germany.
No. Simple. Gali na karo. No speak the English. You take these refugees into Bureda and all these vast spaces, make them agricultural workers or whatever, or we will kick your ass.
But they don't want to go there. They want to go to Europe.
Then we kick their ass and send them. Because all of them are lining up to go to Jeddah anyway. Isn't everyone trying to get a job in the Middle East?
No.
Under the Refugee Convention, then they will become citizens at some stage. So, the Saudis would rather have them as temporary workers than refugees, because the Refugee Convention will make them into citizens. And we are Napak, brown-skinned people. They want, A-grade beef from Alberta. So the Saudis can touch and feel, Clinton-esque, It is.
I think this is going to be my last question. We keep hearing about, Islamic fundamentalism. There are other kinds of fundamentalism also. We've also been reading and hearing about Hindu fundamentalism.
Yes.
And in fact, there is a school of thought which feels that it's not just Islamic or Hindu, or it's basically a reaction of groups of various ethnicities to this one scheme fits all, the Western way of life.
It is.
The Western way of thought, like the West versus the rest.
Yes.
So what is your take on that?
Well, since the days of Socrates and Aristotle, European civilization has been on the ascendancy. They negated the concept of the Pope. They negated the concept of God. They negated the concept that Earth is flat. And they produced a civilization that has this water, this walking stick, my eyeglasses, and your microphone. And the iPhone over there, and mine. Where is it? Oh, you have it, sorry. We can't help it. They took the zero and created something out of it, and we took the zero and started worshipping it. You've got a choice. Worship the zero. Worship karoge tusi. You have a simple thinking. It is European civilization that allows you and me to sit next to each other in a chair. I don't know what my caste is. I was Rajput Hindu in the 1800s. I don't know what your caste is, but I know certainly that in this civilization that we relish as great, we couldn't have been sitting here together. Okay? Number two, was it Islamic civilization? Certainly not. Either you or I or both of us would have had a head chopped off. What Chinese civilization? Chinese civilization would have built a wall. I think they built the Himalayas as well to keep people out or keep people in. So, the only people who respect people with disabilities, who respect gays, who respect black people, who respect Indians, who allow the Sikhs to wear a turban during World War I, who allow men and women to work, and the secret ballot, not the panchayat nonsense. Secret ballot is democracy. Public showing of what you vote is not democracy. It is coming from European civilization. Whether you like it or not, Africans have not produced civilization today. North American Indians, you can preserve them and have them dance with their feathers and their drums. They've not built two-storied homes. We stopped and we got an upsurge during the mid-Mughal Empire, where the economy of India just soared up to the level. I'm cutting out Aurangzeb and Babur, top, bottom. The mid-3 did have an impact that drove everyone from Europe to India. But it was the Europeans who came here. We didn't have one guy who went to Europe. Vivekananda, That's it.
But don't you think that now the stage is ripe for when we can evolve and adapt and
Yes.
modify and create our
Yes.
own brand
By
and
being
way
truthful.
of being.
By being truthful.
Yeah.
So let me say how untruthful it is to say that every religion is extremism. Let me put it this way. If 100% of Sikhs became Babar Khalsa, the worst case scenario, or for them the best case scenario, is that there will be a Khalistan which will separate from India and be funded by Pakistan and will make India bleed more. Worst case scenario. What is it if all the Tamil Ilam became crazy and won? You'd have the island of Ceylon divided into Tamil North and a Sinhalese South. What if 100% of the Jews went bonkers? Russian Orthodox nonsense, with fur hats and strange guys beating up their wives. What would happen? There are only 5 million. सबके सब पागल हो गए तो नेतन्याहू जीत जाएगा अगला इलेक्शन. अब आइए हिंदुओं पे, सबके सब पागल हो गए. उन्होंने जब पूरे पावर में थे, जब कोई किश्ती नहीं भेजी कैम्बोडिया, तो अब कौन सा भेज लेंगे? वो अब भी आपके अखबार पढ़ लीजिए, उसमें इंटरनेशनल खबर ही नहीं होती. उसमें जो कुत्ता मर जाता है कुएं में, वो हेडलाइन बन जाती है. एक चीता आ गया, लेपर्ड आ गया, यही है ना. तो इंडियंस आर इंट्रोवर्ट, दे नॉट गोइंग टू गो एनीवेयर. But if you have 1% of just India's Muslims gone crazy, they will work with these Pakistanis and blow up a dirty nuke over Delhi. So let's not compare apples with oranges, or rather Karelas with oranges, because the taste is bitter on one side and the other one, at the most, you're going to get an orange peel in your mouth which you can spit it out. Be very careful not to fall from this left, liberal, secular, Islamic, ultra-modern, NGO, feminist rhetoric that is based on a lie and a lie and a lie. And it's only pushed in India because Hindus are afraid to challenge a Muslim left-winger lest they be called, not communally, Chaddiwala or Sangi or
Moti Bhakt.
Moti Bhakt. I didn't even know what is Bhakt and they were calling me Bhakti. I thought, Bhakti movement की बात कर रहे हैं, अब पता नहीं, फिटे मुंह करा दिया. So we need to have some context of honesty in a discourse. And truth is always bitter. These people who go around butchering people just for a cow, I haven't seen them taking care of cows on the streets that are roaming around. How many people go around really serving cows? Huh? Why don't you wash them up? दिखाओ ना मुझे कोई CEO, आए ना वो अंबानी साहब गाय को धोते हुए. Then I'll say कि ये कदर है इस जानवर की. वो बेचारी गाय घूमती रहती है, खुद ही जाती है, खुद ही आती है, खुद ही खाती है, खुद ही घर को वापस आ जाती है. गाय तो गाय है ना. अब उसमें उठो, उसके चक्कर में मर्डर कर दें आप किसी को कि उसके फ्रिज में गोश्त पड़ा हुआ था, और वो ट्रकर्स को मार रहे हैं, कोई पता नहीं किसको. Who are these people? They need to be sent to doctors. Seriously, detox में भेजो कि हिंदुइज्म के अगेंस्ट जा रहे हो. I mean, imagine the scripts that say your right is not to expect. Your right is to do the duty. हिंदू तो एक्सपेक्ट करने का दाम ही नहीं होना चाहिए. एक्सपेक्ट क्या? काम करो और क्या दरिया में डालो, क्या होता है? वही है ना. तो वो कौन कर रहा है? वो तो GMAT के एग्जाम पास कर रहा है, उसकी भी एक्सपेक्टेशन. हाँ जी बताइए.
Are we going to see the death of the ISIS in the foreseeable future?
If Pakistan goes, ISIS goes. Pakistan lives, ISIS will live forever. Because ISIS was born.
Two Pakistans.
No. ISIS was born the day the Indian National Congress agreed to the partition of India. That's the first Islamic state in all of human history. आपने बनाया, आपने दुनिया को बर्बाद किया है, आपकी जिम्मेदारी कि उस जख्म को काटें, सर्जरी करें, इलाज करें, ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी है. हम तो 49 में पैदा हुए थे, हमने तो पैसे ही पाकिस्तान को तलाक दे दी है और जाएंगे नहीं. अपने आप को हिंदुस्तानी कहते हैं.
आप बैंड भी हैं शायद वहाँ.
ना बैंड क्या, वैसे ही बैंड बजा देंगे, पे पहुंच भी गया तो क्या, हर लैंग्वेज में. These are very vicious people, the UP Muslims who live there or the Punjabi Muslims. both hate their ancestors. The Sindhis, the Baloch, the Pashtuns, they're as Indian and pro-India as you would find anyone. In fact, most of them are more pro-Indian than I hear Indians over here. मैं एक incident बता दूं कि how ridiculous the interaction of communication is. In the 2014 election, हमारे कुछ दोस्तों ने बलूचिस्तान के पहाड़ पे लिख दिया, अब की बार मोदी सरकार, with a spray paint. The guy who was reading it said, यार ये हर जगह तुम लोग अल्लाह अकबर क्यों लिखते थे? उसको पता ही नहीं क्या लिखा है। यार जितना जब देखो हर जगह अल्लाह अकबर, तकबीर, अल्लाह अकबर, मैं किधर लिखा अब की बार मोदी सरकार? कहता हाउ कैन इट बी? उनको क्या पता? और मैं कहूँ बलोच हैं, वो इंडियन नहीं है, उनको सबका पता है। आप बैठे में अपने नेपाल का ही नहीं पता, बैठे हुए बस हमारे ये इतने में हो जाए, बच्चा MBA कर ले और CEO बन जाए, गोरी बीवी मिल जाए, ये भी
Well, I'm sorry, Tariq Saab is also an author. किताबों की बात तक तो हम पहुंच ही नहीं पाए. खैर, I'm opening the house for questions. We are running a little late, but we'll try and accommodate as many questions as possible. Please keep them really short and no, add-ons. Over there. Can we have a mic this side? Mic this side as well. We need 2 mics. Yeah.
A very good afternoon to you, sir. सर मेरी आइडेंटिटी बस ये है कि मैं इस देश का एक युवक हूँ एंड सर इस साल 2016 में फरवरी के फर्स्ट ईयर में हमारे देश में कॉलेज है JNU के नाम से जी। वहाँ पे एक शख्स हैं कन्हैया कुमार जी, वो उधर से खड़े हुए थे, उन्होंने कुछ बातें कही थी। He was basically trying to say कि RSS खराब।
No, I understand that. What's your question?
सर बस I'll just finish this off. और उन्हीं कैंपस में कहीं पे नारे लग रहे थे कि अफजल गुरु तेरे का
वो सब पता है, तो आप क्वेश्चन
इनको सेडिशन के का आरोप लगाया गया, इनको अंदर कर दिया गया
जी,
और ये अभी भी बाहर घूम रहे हैं
जी। ये तो कन्हैया तो आपने बनाया ना, आपको किसने कहा था उन्हें अरेस्ट करें?
By the way, आप वो लिट फेस्ट में बोल रहे हैं तो आप ऐसे ना कहें।
नहीं, एक सीरियस बात है, आपने बनाया कन्हैया को, आप ही बर्दाश्त करिए। If nobody would have touched him, nobody would have known him. आप भड़कती हुई आग के अंदर खुद कूद पड़े, ये गलती होती है। You should have avoided this guy with a 10-foot pole. उसके चक्कर में पूरी कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी और फलाना ढिमाका सब आ गए। अब भुगती है, अभी चलता रहेगा। और वो लड़का नजीब गायब है, वो निकलेगा कहीं से, मेरा ख्याल है बगदाद में निकलेगा।
खैर कन्हैया का तो अल्टरनेटिव करियर बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है।
चलेगा, आपने बना दिए, आपने पाकिस्तान बना दिया, उनका जिना का करियर चल निकला।
तो वो अब हर लिटरेरी फेस्ट में कन्हैया इज अ स्टार।
बताइए।
इधर से वालते, प्लीज जल्दी माइक भेज दें।
जी।
Very good afternoon, sir. You said because you've already pointed out that
जी, जी.
Muslims basically lacks the point of leadership. But you also say that India is the only country where Muslims can speak the truth.
Yes, so vote for your party. Don't form as a community. You're Indians.
Yeah, but
Why do you accept yourself as some sub-particle in a proton?
yeah, but if we can speak the truth very safely in this country, then why? What's the medium we travel from Islam to Islamist?
Because you've been told that Muhammad Ali Jinnah was a very sexy
So
guy.
what's the
Yeah, अच्छे सूट पहनता था. That's what you've been told. So Muslims of India have a deep admiration for Jinnah, and yet they publicly will say no. So ये झूठ खत्म करें, प्लेन बात करें, और याद रखिए कि 1946 के इलेक्शन में 90% मुस्लिम सीट्स के ऊपर मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना को वोट मिला था, इवन इन देवबंद एंड दिल्ली। तो
अगला सवाल उनके पीछे ही है।
नहीं, there was a lady here who was brushed off. Okay.
तो जैसे मैडम जी बता रहे थे दाहिर कौन है, तो हम आम इंडियन के बारे में कैसे जानते कि हमारी एनसीटी उसमें तो ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं, कैसे अपने उस प्राइड को हम रिकवर करें?
कैसे नहीं है, मुझे कैसे पता चल गया? मुझे वही तो नहीं आई कि राम के बेटे का नाम लाहौर।
लेकिन सर आप सिंगल इंडियन बुक्स में जो हमारी पाठ्यक्रम में पढ़ाई जाती है ऐसा कुछ नहीं पढ़ाया जाता।
तो फिर जाइए अबुल कलाम आज़ाद के पास, कुछ जगह ठीक करो। हाँ, मौलाना आज़ाद ने लिखा है, उनसे पूछ लें, उनको ज़्यादा पता होगा मुझसे। कसूर केश का शहर नहीं है क्या?
जी सर,
तो उसमें तो एक भी हिंदू नहीं रहता।
जी सर।
तो इमेजिन करिए मक्का में मुसलमान ना हो और आप इत्मीनान से बैठे हुए हैं कि साडा की है, सानू की।
इधर
थैंक यू सर।
the young lady here.
Hello sir, I am a Kashmiri Pandit and I really agree with all of your views. It's an unfortunate event that I came to know of you a little late in my
You still so young. कहाँ से लेट हो गया? क्या बताइए?
I had chosen my career. That's what I said.
अच्छा, मिलिट्री नहीं गई हैं आप? अभी भी चले जाओ.
Sir, I believe.
इनको शेम करो सबको. ये आपने देखा है कि मुस्लिम वुमेन has tried to shame Muslim men by saying कि मैं तारिक फतवा नहीं लगा सकती, आप लोग लगाइए और उसका सर कलम कर. तो आप पंडित लड़कों को शेम कर दें कि मैं जा रही हूँ एज ए सोल्जर, ऑफिसर नहीं बनना चाहती. तो do that. Stir the pot.
Yes, sir. So my question is that you said in that the language of the conqueror will always, you should never use that. So, but in India, English is glorified, and we always. I'm still asking this question in English, so that's really.
Yes, because English is a universal language.
So, but that.
It is soft power, my dear. आपकी ज़बान कहीं जा ही नहीं सकी. आप मुझे, I'll give you another example. 600 years, the Turks ruled over an empire bigger than Britain, from Morocco to Yemen. Not a single person over there speaks Turkish. Why? Some people add value to their language in bridging gaps and bringing civilization. Others use language to create slaves. The languages that create slaves do not endure well with the speakers. The British Raj in India, right from, I would say, before 1857, has brought enlightenment in a way that you may find insulting. But the fact remains, we never had a school system. We sat there after the demise of Namla University, Namla ये ना, Nalanda University. हम उसके बाद चुप करके बैठ गए. वो जैसे मुसलमानों में डेथ होती तो 40 दिन तक उसकी बीवी चुप करके ही बैठी रहती ना. हम 40,000 साल से बैठे हुए क्यों तो यूनिवर्सिटी तो साड़ी चल गई. We never recovered after that. And the British, thank goodness for them, that they created the railways that put us all together. Otherwise, we would still be fighting Raja after Raja.
थैंक यू तारिक साहब और सुमिता जी का भी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. तारिक साहब की बहुत सारी स्पीच.
No, that's a rhetorical question, sir. सवाल पूछिए.
My question is this.
जी.
Who are you?
My name is Tariq Fatah. My father's name is Subhan Fatah. He is buried in Karachi. My grandfather is buried in.
You seems to be pro-Indian and so much.
Yes, I am. Does that trouble you?
No, it is not troubling me.
It is.
What is the cause of it?
No, it is troubling you. I can sniff it from here.
Yes, only I could able to see you like this. So I am following you though. I like your.
No, वो सब ठीक है.
I am still able to understand who are you.
आज तो ना समझ में आए तो.
Why suddenly this?
जिंदगी में सारे राज नहीं खुलते एक दिन में.
ना आप टेंशन ना करें, किसी और को फॉलो कर लें. जी. Absolutely. ये आपका एक आदमी का मजाक उड़ाया कि वो चाय बेचता है, वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन गया, और क्या होप चाहिए आपको सर? और क्या? और वो सीपीएम नहीं लेके आई, आम आदमी लेके आई.
यहाँ से ये.
जी.
Good afternoon, sir. So I wanted to ask you, after Donald Trump has won the US elections, do you think he'll take any action against the Muslims as he used to say during his rallies, and what are going to be the repercussions if he does so?
Why would he take action against Muslims? There's so many Muslims who support him.
He said he won't allow Muslims to enter US.
Yes, he won't.
So what are going to be the repercussions?
Who are these people who want to go there if he doesn't want them there? ये कौन बेवकूफ लोग हैं कि उधर जुतियां पहनती नहीं लेकिन जाना सी होती है. यानी बेशर्म बेगैरत लोग. अगर आपको नहीं वो बुला रहा तो आपको किसने वो पुरानी गाड़ियों में नहीं होता हैंडल चला के चलाते थे कि चल जाए.
नहीं जोड़ा इकट्ठा करना जोड़ा.
ब्लू शर्ट.
जी.
उधर जाते हैं अमेरिका में जोड़ा इकट्ठा.
Yes.
Sir, you talked of Pakistan's love for Urdu, or let's say Urdu. Do they love only the language or the Urdu-speaking Muhajirs also?
No, you see, Pakistan is Punjab and the Urdu-speaking migrants from UP. One has a hatred of India, the UP walas, and the others have a hatred of themselves, which is the Punjabi Muslim. And so this coalition is there of a deeply psychotic community that expresses itself in outbursts of mass murder. तो अहमदियों को मारो, शियों को मारो, बंगालियों को मारो, बलोचों को मारो, चलता ही रहता है इनका किस्सा. Why? Because सच बोलने की आदत नहीं है और तकदीर भी नहीं है, ना विरासत में मिली है. फैज़ अहमद फैज़ तक अपने बच्चों से पंजाबी नहीं बोला और इंडिया में बड़े लोग उसको कहते हैं फैज साहब ने ये कहा। फैज साहब ने जिहाद में हिस्सा लिया था 1947 के।
I heard even Maulana Yad during World War I, he was a jihadi.
All were jihadis भैया।
आखिरी सवाल ब्लैक जैकेट में जो है।
Let a woman ask a question, क्या हो जाता है? हाँ। अच्छा, इसके बाद।
नमस्कार सर।
जी।
सर, हमें बचपन से सिखाया गया है कि जिस हिंदू में दया नहीं है वो हिंदू नहीं है, जिस मुसलमान में ईमान नहीं है वो मुसलमान नहीं है, जिस सिख में सेवा भाव नहीं है वो सिख नहीं है, और जिस ईसाई में सहन शक्ति नहीं है वो ईसाई नहीं है। सर अभी
ये कौन, बाय द वे, ये कहाँ पढ़ा मैं? ये तो अच्छा खासा उर्दू का शेर बन सकता है।
लेकिन ये अभी सब
बना दे ताकि झूठ में शामिल हो जाए।
सर
हर टाइप का सिख होता है, हर टाइप का हिंदू होता है।
मेनली सिख धर्म में मेनली सेवा भाव सबसे ऊपर रखा गया है।
अरे भाई,
और हिंदू में दया
नहीं यार, ऐसे थोड़ी है। जो भी खेलते, सिख भी दोस्त हैं, मार्क्सिस्ट भी हैं, अकाली में भी हैं हमारे दोस्त, आम आदमी पार्टी में भी है, कांग्रेस में भी है। तो ये तो कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग आइडियाज हैं। कोई खेतीबाड़ी करता है, कोई ये बैठे हुए
सर ये ऑक्यूपेशन के, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि उनके धर्म के हिसाब से जो सबसे ऊपर रखी जाती है, मैं उस चीज को
ये आप डिसाइड ना करें ना, आप सवाल पूछें कि
सर मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि ये सब खत्म हो रहा है, तो फ्यूचर क्या है?
फ्यूचर हिंदुस्तान का है, और क्या चाहिए आपको? कितने पार्टीशन करने हैं आपने?
तारिक साहब का, थैंक यू। तारिक साहब का बहुत
एक लास्ट, the woman in the front. No, that woman over there. Oh my.
Okay, are you loud enough?
अच्छा, okay.
Very quickly.
I really request this. He is available at the book stall.
let's
Okay, by the time you are going back, we have learned a lot. We didn't know most of the things which were shared. Yeah, the question is, can you think of running a course or an academy here to enlighten everyone on all those thoughts and everything for the youth? Because we never had any opportunity to.
I would love to. I've never thought of it, but if that can be facilitated, I'll be a humble servant.
Yeah, you must do that.
Thank you very much.
तारिक साहब का बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत मजा